It is difficult to talk about the Yankees this week without mentioning the name Yogi Berra, who passed away at the age of 90. His achievements as a player were remarkable. He was a 10-time World Series champion, a 3-time MVP, a 15-time All-Star. But it truly was his graciousness, his leadership, and his humility which I will remember most. And it's a privilege and pleasure to welcome Yogi's granddaughter, Lindsay Berra, to Sports Final to reflect on one of the most revered men in sports history. Lindsay, welcome.
Thanks for having me, Bruce.
How has the support been this week to you and the family?
The only word I can use for it is overwhelming. It's an amazing, amazing thing to realize that someone you love so much is also loved that much by a bajillion other people who have never even met him. And, you know, I'm a grown up now and I've been around him long enough to know that he's famous. But I say a lot that Grampa and Yogi Berra don't often shake hands in my mind. So it's kind of hard to rationalize that he is this iconic figure. And this happened this week, and we were all so sad, but the love that we have received from everybody has just been really incredible.
And it was really a celebration on Thursday over at the Yogi Berra Museum and Learning Center with Larry, Tim, and Dale, and yourself, all talking to the media and reflecting on Yogi's life. Was it kind of like sitting around a couch and just, you know, you guys at home just talking about your dad or your grandfather?
It really was, and it's cool to hear my dad and my uncles talk like that. And I know we were all getting a little bit sad, but it really is neat. Dale told that story about Grandpa getting fired and them dropping him off at the airport when he was fired in 1985. And I'd never heard him tell it in such detail, so that was really cool for me to hear. My dad told some stories that I hadn't heard before. That's the thing with Grandpa, is that there are so many stories that even those of us in the family sometimes haven't heard them all.
You've got to have a good one to share with our audience tonight.
I know the one you want me to share. He talks like that, and they come because he's so practical and so black and white about everything. I had gone out to do a story on a tennis player when I was working at ESPN magazine, and Grandpa was always really up on where I was, and I came back and he read the story in the magazine, and I walked into the house and he was pointing at it, looking at it. This kid is really handsome. You should date him. And I said, Grandpa, I can't date him. He dates a swimsuit model. And without missing a beat, he said, you got swimsuits? And he was right. I do in fact have swimsuits, but you know.
My greatest Yogi story was we were at a golf tournament which he was hosting, and he stayed on the hole and played a par 3 with everyone that came through, and he got a hole-in-one that day. And he comes up to me, he used to call me Beck. Hey Beck, I gotta tell you, I got a hole-in-one. I'm calling the Star Ledger, because they had a spot in the Star Ledger where they would print hole-in-ones. I said, you can't do that. You've got to play a whole round to do it. He goes, I played that hole 18 times today. That was Yogi. He didn't know he was doing Yogi-isms, did he?
No, he absolutely did not. It was just the way things came out, and he never had any intentions to make people laugh or to be funny or to sound smart. It just was the way things rolled off his tongue.
What about the tweet that you sent out this week? Because the timing of Yogi's death was eerily similar to Carmen, his beloved wife.
You're gonna make me cry now. So we knew Grandpa wasn't doing so well, but I really thought that we had some more time with him. And when he passed away on Tuesday, and Grammy Carmen's birthday is Thursday, I was so sad, but really all I could just think about was that he had made it upstairs in time for Grammy's birthday. And I kind of had images of her in my head, kind of hiding her champagne glass behind her back and saying, oh no, Grumpy's here. But we were laughing, we were happy that they could be together. And as sad as I am, that I know that they're up there hanging out.
On Thursday at Yankee Stadium, they had a beautiful tribute before the game. Did Taps get to you? Because it got to me.
Taps is one of those things that gets to you when no one you love has passed away. For Grandpa in that stadium with that number 8 on the field, I don't even think a sound had come out of that trumpet yet. The guy put it to his lips, and I was there with my father and my brothers and my sister, and the 6 of us just burst into tears. But it was really a beautiful moment at Yankee Stadium with that 8 behind home plate, and just the silence in that stadium, to hear that ballpark just go dead quiet and let that trumpet go, and everybody I know just thinking about Grandpa. That was really something else.
Did Yogi, or Grandpa in your case, ever talk to you about his individual accomplishments, or did he just want to talk about the fact that he won 10 World Series championships?
To get Grandpa to talk about stuff he did individually was really difficult. You would have to have a plan and a specific, that home run you hit in this game, what was that pitch? Like, you had to really give him something specific to talk about. He liked to talk about the games that he won with his buddies, with Whitey and Mickey and Hank and Moose and all the guys that he called his best friends until the end of their lives. There was just a big group of buddies, and I think that was what he was most proud of, was doing that stuff, but being able to do it with his friends.
He had a second career long after the playing career was over. Did he enjoy that aspect about being the guy that people used to say Aflac, and people used to say that Yogi coming up with all these terms and these Yogi-isms?
I think that he just enjoyed people. He loved to be around people. He loved to be around the fans, around baseball, around all of that. So when people would come up to him and tell stories, and he would engage them all the time, he enjoyed that. He enjoyed interacting with everyone. So yeah, did he enjoy that career? For sure.
Authentic is the word I heard so often this week. He is so unique. He's not someone that I think we'll ever see pass this way again.
We always say that he treats everybody exactly the same, whether you're the president, the waiter, his son. He makes no distinction in his head. When you meet someone and you say, oh, I like this person, I don't like this person, and it kind of tempers your reaction toward the person, Grandpa didn't have that synapse in his brain. He only knew one way to treat people, and it was the right way to treat people, and everybody got that. And that's amazing. That's a bar. Watching that as a kid, that's a bar that's really high.
It's all about his humility. All right, tell me about this coming Sunday. What will be for the public a very great opportunity to say goodbye.
Because of this incredible outpouring of support, we've set aside the entire day on Sunday from noon to 5 at the Yogi Berra Museum and Learning Center in Montclair, New Jersey. Anybody who wants to come can come. We're going to have a 5-hour-long tribute to him. We're still in the planning stages, but there's going to be video tributes in the theater and music outside and all kinds of things going on. Come, bring your kids, look at the museum, read those love letters he wrote to my grandmother. It's a great place, and he loved being there, so 100% he will be there with us on Sunday, so come on out.
You did great tonight. Didn't even really break down. I love you. I love the whole family. Thanks for coming in and sharing some thoughts.
And we love you too. He loved you too, Bruce.
Thank you so much. That's Lindsay Berra, the granddaughter of Yogi, who has been a marvelous spokesman for the family for many years, and whose elegance and grace reflects the entire Berra family. By the way, Lindsay is also a national correspondent for MLB.com. We'll be back.